Good morning. Myself, Dr. Yogesh Patinge, Assistant Professor in Commerce, GS College of Commerce, Varda. I already provided you the numericals of unit number 3 and unit number 4 on Google Drive account of your class. The description of that Google Drive link is being there in the description box of your WhatsApp class WhatsApp authorized account. There you can find out the Google Drive link, and in that Google Drive link or in that Google Drive, after logging with your Gmail account, you will find the PDF of unit number 3 and unit number 4. Today we are seeing on a problem of Cooperative Society Limited. In last lecture I had cleared a lot of things regarding this unit. I had provided you the pro forma. I had explained you various rules and regulations regarding this cooperative account problems, and again I cautioned you also that these problems are of Maharashtra Cooperative Society. That's why we have to strictly follow the rules and regulations of Maharashtra government regarding the cooperative society. The problems that we will solve, the cooperative society problems, those should be as per the Maharashtra Government Act. So I'm just repeating that caution again, that if you are referring some books of national level publications of other states or other publications which are not part of our Maharashtra state, in that case there may be a problem, because the rules and regulations of these type of problems get changed. So you have to first strictly follow the thing that the problem which you are referring or the book which you are referring should be of Maharashtra, which should have the problem of Maharashtra Government Cooperative Society Act. And because the rules and the regulations like this, the transfers and provisions and reserve funds, we have to follow the government rules, Maharashtra government rules. So in a syllabus also, Nagpur University syllabus also, they specially mentioned that it should be as per Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act. So these things you should have to keep in mind. I already explained you the pro forma, the details about that pro forma. I already explained you the various type of reserves that we have to maintain. What are the ceiling limits of these reserves that already being mentioned, explained in last lecture. In this lecture, we are going to see this problem, explain this problem. First, I will read the problem, and then we will see how we solve that problem here on this board. I already provided you a PDF. The thing I already mentioned that after solving this problem, after seeing this video, you should have to go to that PDF file and try to solve the other problems at your level as homework, because in this particular system, this methodology, we have some limitations. For that you have to be on your toes, and you have to be very what we can say, you should try more and more problems at your home as a homework. So this is a thing that I have to mention before starting this explanation here. First I am going to read the problem, and then we will see how we solve that problem on this board. The following trial balance was prepared on 31st March 2005 from the books of Lakshmi Cooperative Society Limited. They had given us a trial balance. I'm not going to read the trial balance, but I will directly go to the adjustments. To prepare final accounts, after making the following adjustments, we have to prepare a final accounts here. So in this final account, there are 4 things. One is a trading account, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account, and balance sheet. Why there is a need of appropriation account? Because when there is a need of provisions, when there is a need of appropriations, when there is a need of statutory reserves, we have to strictly prepare a profit and loss appropriation account. So in this particular type of final accounts, there is a need of preparation of appropriation account. Otherwise, in simple final accounts, there is no need. But for example, in Cooperative Society Act problems, in banking or insurance problem, we have to prepare appropriation account, because there are specific mention of statutory reserve, provisions, and appropriations. Once again, if there is a manufacturing account, then instead of trading account, you have to prepare a manufacturing account. But in this particular problem, there is no mention about manufacturing transactions or any type of transactions which are related to manufacturing. So what we did here, we prepared a trading account, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account, and finally we have to prepare a balance sheet. So I'm not going to read trial balance because that you can see on that PDF file on your Google Drive account of your class. And straightly go to the adjustments. First I will read that adjustment, discuss the two effects of that particular adjustments, and we'll straightly go to the solution. Stock at the end of the year 7,80,000. So it is a closing stock. So here trading account credit side we mentioned closing stock of 7,80,000, and here also in a balance sheet we mentioned as a closing stock against the head current assets 7,80,000. Okay. Reserve for doubtful debt 5% on debtors. We had have to calculate 5% on debtors as a RDD. So here also we make a provision for that, for is to reserve for doubtful debts 40,000, and the second effect you will see here. Then there is a depreciation. Here is a depreciation 3,10,000 we had calculated in this one thing, and then also a depreciation fund we have to prepare here. Then provision for dividend equalization fund at the rate of 2% on share capital. So we have to prepare we have to make a provision for that dividend equalization fund at the rate 2%. Here it is that what is the name of that dividend equalization fund? This is the thing. 2% on 30 lakhs, so it is 60,000. Provision for dividend is to be made 9% on share capital. Here we made a provision for dividend 9% of 30 lakhs because 30 lakhs is actually share capital. Here you will see that. Provide a statutory reserve as per Maharashtra State Cooperative Societies Act. As per Maharashtra State Societies Cooperative Act, we have to transfer or we have to maintain a provision for statutory reserve fund at the rate of 25% of what? Of net profit. 25% or 1/4, they have the same meaning, so don't get confused for that. But 1/4 of 16,30,000, it will be 4,07,500 because this is statutory. They are not going to tell you the percentage like they had mentioned in dividend equalization for or dividend. Because as per the rules of Maharashtra State Cooperative Society Act, we have to maintain, we have to keep apart 1/4 of net profit for statutory reserve fund. Why it is called as a statutory reserve fund? Because it is actually told by law that you have to maintain, you have to prepare a statutory reserve fund. So that's why we did here. Now we will move to the trading account of this particular problem. This problem is very easy. Actually there is nothing in it, but some things, some of the part of this particular problem, especially this one and especially the balance sheet, because the balance sheet is being mentioned in schedules. Like I had mentioned here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This side also 1 to 9. I already provided you the pro forma, and that particular pro forma I already mentioned you the various parts of a balance sheet. We have to follow that particular system, that pattern. If some of the values haven't been given or if the some of the things don't have any transactions, we can just like this, we can just mention here like this, just a mark there that there is no transaction for that. So this way the balance sheet is going to be prepared. Now we move to the trading account. Lakshmi Cooperative Society Limited trading account for the year ended 31st March 2005. Trading account opening stock 7,50,000, purchases 7,50,000. Then there is a purchase return because something is going to be returned from that particular purchase. So 19,500 rupees is going to be deducted. So it is now 7,30,500. Wages 66,500. Carriage inward 1,50,000. Sorry, it is 15,000. On this side, buy sales 30 lakh, there is a sale of rupees 30 lakh. All those things are being mentioned in a trial balance of that particular problem. You can go to that PDF and see the trial balance first before seeing this video or solving this problem at your own level. Closing stock 7,80,000 is being mentioned in adjustment. Now balancing these two sides, this side is more than this, so there is a difference, and difference is of 22,18,000. That is a gross profit. These two sides get balanced at 37,80,000. So the difference is now which is mentioned as a gross profit because this side is more than this side, credit side is more than debit side. So difference is of 22,18,000. That thing is going to be transferred to profit and loss account. And the first thing that we have to do at the time of preparation of profit and loss account, you should have to transfer the gross profit to the credit side of the profit and loss account. So gross profit brought down, it is 22,18,000. We already mentioned that thing here. Now we will move to the profit and loss account debit side. Salaries 1,80,000. Printing stationery 12,000. These all expenses are being given in a trial balance of this particular problem. Carriage outward 16,500. There are certain bad debts which are mentioned that in that problem 29,500. Now there are two depreciation. The first depreciation is on plant and the second depreciation is on furniture. Plant 27,500. Furniture 35,000. After adding these two depreciations, we will get 3,10,000. This thing is also, we have to keep in mind that this thing have a special impact here also, that we will explain when we will move to the balance sheet. Then there is a reserve for doubtful debt. I already mentioned that figure. It is being mentioned that particular problem, reserve for doubtful debt 5% on debtors. So in that case we have to find out the value of debtors which is being given in a trial balance. We have to calculate 5% on that debtors and we will get, we are just here in have an amount of 40,000. Now again balancing these two sides, it is get balanced on 22,18,000. This side is more than this side, credit side is more than debit side. So there is a difference, and difference is of 16,30,000. So 16,30,000 is a net profit. So these are the two accounts that we had prepared among these four accounts. First was a trading account and second one is a profit and loss account. In trading account we got a gross profit of 22,18,000 and in profit and loss account we got a net profit of 16,30,000. Now moving ahead towards profit and loss appropriation account. In profit and loss appropriation account we have to just keep in mind that there are certain limitations of transferring or creating a reserves, that things we should have to keep in mind, that 1/4 of a net profit, then 2% of dividend equalization fund. These are the ceilings which are being given by Maharashtra State Cooperative Society Act, that we should have to keep in mind. Now the provision as per the requirement of law, Maharashtra State Cooperative Society Act, and as per the requirement of problem, we have to prepare the reserves. First, what we are doing here, net profit for current year brought down of rupees 16,30,000. ये पहले खत्म कर लेते हैं, because अगर ये छूट जाता है then there is always a problem of miscalculation. So what we did here, net profit for current year brought down of 16,30,000. Now we will move to this thing, this side. The first one is the most important provision, the provision for statutory reserve fund. As I mentioned in last lecture also, this lecture also, it should be of 1/4 of the net profit or 25% of the net profit. So net profit 16,30,000, 1/4 of that it will be 4,07,500. This is the first thing. Second, we have to do a provision for dividend that going to distribute to the shareholders. In that particular problem they ask us of 9%. So provision for dividend 9% of rupees 30 lakh. Why 30 lakh? Because the share capital is being capped at rupees 30 lakhs. So 9% of rupees 30 lakhs, so it will be 2,70,000. To provision for dividend equalization fund, again it should be of 2% of share capital. 2% of 30 lakhs, it is 60,000. So these are the statutory provisions and some provisions which have been asked by that particular problem, this particular problem of Lakshmi Cooperative Society Limited. So these we had we did a calculations here. Now again we are going to balance these two sides. These two sides get balanced at 60,30,000 and the difference is of 8,92,500. So this is at 8,92,500 is the difference between these two sides. After what we can say, just deducting all those statutory provisions from this net profit. So this is the third account that we prepared here, profit and loss appropriation account, and at the end we have to prepare a balance sheet. As I mentioned that balance sheet has to be prepared as per the schedules, as per the structure. We just did that, and the things which don't have, we just mark there as a blank thing or just a D or dash there. Share capital 30 lakhs rupees. Then the reserve and funds, we just mention here that those things that we have here. Statutory reserve for 4,07,500. Reserve for doubtful debt here we had already calculated that 40,000. Depreciation fund already we calculated here 3,10,000. Dividend equalization fund, it is of we just calculated here 60,000. So all those reserves already we mentioned here. The third point is of staff provident fund. We don't have the figure, so I just wrote here, just dash that thing. Secured loans we don't have. Unsecured loans means the loans which don't have any type of security, particularly short-term liabilities, personal loan. These type of things are called as unsecured loans. These are the liabilities. It means that Lakshmi Cooperative Society acquired that loans from the creditors. So bills payable 2 lakh rupees, sundry creditors 4,50,000. These are the things which are already being mentioned in trial balance. Deposits, they don't have any deposits. Other liabilities and provision, there we mentioned here provision for dividend of rupees 2,70,000. 9% of rupees 30 lakh, because this is a other liabilities provision. These are not a reserve and funds. That's why we mentioned this thing under this head, other liabilities and provisions, as provision for dividend of rupees 2,70,000. And profit and loss account, the profit that we had from previous profit and loss appropriation account 8,92,500. So all those things we mentioned here. Now moving to the asset side, the first part is a cash and bank balance. Cash in hand 2,50,000, cash at bank 8 lakh. Again, these are the values which are already being mentioned in the trial balance. Second, investments done by this Lakshmi Cooperative Society Limited. There is nothing. Stock provident fund investment, no amount. Loans and advances, no amount. Then loans due. It means that they had given these amounts to someone, and there is a due of these amounts from these people. So the loans due, sundry debtors of rupees 8 lakh. And bills receivable rupees 3 lakhs. It means that from these sundry debtors, Lakshmi Cooperative Limited will receive 8 lakh rupees, and there is a receivable bills of rupees 3 lakhs rupees. Then current assets, closing stock, second effect of that closing stock 7,80,000. So we mentioned here 7,80,000. Then there are fixed assets, plant 27,50,000. Furniture and fixtures 1,75,000. The one thing you should have should notice here, or should have kept in mind, that generally what we do in general problems, that the depreciation effect goes to profit and loss account, the first effect, and the second effect what we do generally, we deduct depreciation from the assets from those assets at the asset side of a balance sheet. What we have to do here, we have to write the original values of assets on the asset side, and we have to write the value of depreciation. That it means that 10,000 of this problem we mention it here. Where is that? Here in reserve and funds. Ultimately the effect is same, because here we are writing at the asset side, here this figure we are writing at the liability side. It means that ultimately the result will be same, but the way of writing these things in a Maharashtra State Cooperative Act account is like this. So fixed assets, plant 27,50,000, furniture and fixtures 1,75,000. These are the original things, original figures of these assets. We haven't deducted depreciation here. We just mentioned that depreciation fund 3,10,000 at liability side of this particular account. Then there is nothing miscellaneous expenses. There is no miscellaneous expenses or other items. Balancing these two sides, that these two sides get balanced at 56,30,000. So this is the entire problem which is being distributed in 4 parts: trading account or manufacturing account, depends on that particular problem, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account, and a balance sheet. This way, this type of problems are called as a final accounts of Maharashtra State Cooperative Society Limited. The name will be different, but these are the problems. This is a way we have to solve the problems as per the Maharashtra State Cooperative Society Act. Now, one instructions for you. I already provided these problems on a Google Drive account of your class. I just solved this problem, explained you that problem in detail. Now it is your responsibility. Go to that particular PDF, see the problems, watch this video, and try to solve these problems at your own level. In next lecture, we will again see one problem of Cooperative Society Act. Till then, I think you had the proper idea of these problems very well. Thank you very much.